Hey everybody, it's Rycard here again, bringing you my next black and white Pokemon analysis. Today we're going to be taking a look at the drainage Pokemon, Hiyakkie, which is the last of the three elemental monkeys that you can encounter in the game. So let's get started by taking a look at its abilities and its stats. So unlike the other two monkeys, this one embodies the element of water. As for the abilities, you're going to have Gluttony, to allow you to consume pinch berries at 50% of your health or less. And in the dream world, this monkey gets the ability Torrent, which is an ability usually reserved for the starting water Pokemon. And what it does is it allows you to have stronger water type moves. The boost is 1.5 when you are at a third of your health or less. So it's a really cool ability if you want to try and use Substitute to get yourself down into Torrent range and then do a lot of damage with your water type moves. As for the stats, they're also the same as the other two monkeys, and it sports defenses of 75 HP, 63 physical defense, and 63 special defense, to give you not that great defenses, but somewhat workable if you want to try and run a more defensive set with this Pokemon. As for the attacking stats, they're very good with 98 apiece for physical and special, allowing you to use this Pokemon in either way. And it also learns Cheer Up, which will allow you to go mixed, since you can increase your special and physical attack at the same time. As for its speed, it is at a very good 101 to allow you to outspeed 100 base speed Pokemon, which is quite a common speed. And it just proves that this Pokemon can be very fast at the same time. So with that overview, let's take a look at a couple of different set ideas that Hiyakkie can make use of. So similar to the other two monkeys, and I guess I'm going to be comparing them to each other throughout this entire video, this Pokemon can run a very good physically based offensive set. So we're going to give Hiyakkie an Adamant nature and use the ability Gluttony, so that it has a nature that increases your attack but lowers your special defense, and an ability that allows you to consume your item, the Slackberry, at 50% health or less. And the Slackberry obviously is a +1 boost to your speed, allowing you to be even faster and outspeed potential threats that might take you down if you aren't faster than them. As for the EV spread, you're going to put 4 EVs for HP to give you 1 more hit point, 252 attack EVs to give you your max attack plus the Adamant nature, and then 252 speed EVs to give you your max speed possible with an Adamant nature. As for the moveset, we're going to be using Claw Sharpen to increase your physical attack by 1 stage, and also to increase your accuracy. While this physical attack increase is beneficial to the rest of the set, the accuracy increase can also be beneficial to one of the moves you can use as your main water stab move, which is Aqua Tail, and it is a 90 base power physical water move that only has 90 accuracy, so with a Claw Sharpen up and the accuracy boost, it will now be hitting all the time. Another option is Waterfall, which is less powerful than Aqua Tail, but it does have a chance to flinch. So it's really whichever one you want to use. You can either benefit from the extra attack power or the flinching that may occur. As for the next move in the set, it is a new move known as Acrobat, and it is only a 55 base power flying type physical move, but when you don't have an item, it doubles in power and becomes 110 base power. And this is great because of the ability Gluttony, allowing you to activate your Slackberry early. So essentially, after you take a hit, it'll probably put you under 50% health, allowing you to utilize Acrobat to its full potential since you've already used your item. As for the last move, Brick Break, it's just a nice 75 base power fighting type physical move that will round off the set and allow you to deal super effective damage to other types that Waterfall and Acrobat cannot do. But this is actually very good type coverage for this Pokemon and can be a very powerful physical attacker. Now, if you've seen the previous two videos where I analyze the monkeys, I normally do a physical then special set, but this time I'm going to be doing a mixed one for this guy. So we're going to be using a Rash nature this time, which is a nature that increases your special attack but decreases your special defense. Normally I would never use a nature that increases special defense, but since we're going mixed and we can have a nature that is reducing the physical or special attack, Rash seemed the most appropriate. As for the ability, we're going to be using Gluttony again to combine with the Slack Berry to give you a +1 boost in speed and thus making you faster than most opponents you will face. As for the EVs, it's going to be the same as the previous set, except for instead of 252 attack EVs, we're now putting 252 special attack EVs into this Pokemon to give it its max special attack, along with 252 speed EVs to give it its highest speed it can have with a Rash nature, and then 4 for HP for 1 more hit point. As for the moves, we're going to be using Claw Sharpen again, because since we're not putting any EVs or using a nature that increases your physical attack, we can still utilize a move that will increase your physical attack and bring it up to the same level almost as what your special attack is with the EVs and the nature that increases the special attack. Another benefit of Claw Sharpen is that Hiyakkie learns a bunch of very powerful special attack moves that don't have the best accuracy in the world, like Hydro Pump and Focus Blast. So with the +1 boost to accuracy that Claw Sharpen provides, Hydro Pump will never miss because it is an 80% accuracy move, so it gets a boost of 1.25, and that equals 100%, so Hydro Pump will never miss. Similarly, Focus Blast has 70% accuracy, but with a accuracy boost from Claw Sharpen, it now has somewhere around 86, 87, I believe. And both of these moves are the strongest special attacking moves, bar that one Hyper Beam like move that's water. I forget the name of it right now. But Hydro Pump and Focus Blast both have 120 base power and do a lot of damage. Plus, with the accuracy boost now, you don't have to worry about them missing as often. Lastly, to round it out, we're going to be using Rock Slide as your physical attack move because it doesn't have a lot of different types that resist it, only ground, fighting, and steel. So while those are all kind of common typings, Rock Slide is a nice physical attack move to use if your opponent is specially defensive, and after a Claw Sharpen it will be doing a lot of damage. So this is a pretty cool mix set that this Pokemon can make use of. As for this last set, we're going to be using a more defensively based Hiyakkie, so we're going to give it an Impish nature to increase its physical defense but decrease its special attack. As for the ability, this time we're going to be using Torrent because we're not using a Pinch Berry, and if you're ever at a third of your health or below, you'll be doing more damage with your physical water move. As for the EVs, we're going to be using 252 HP EVs to give you your max hit points possible, and 128 defense EVs to give you decent defensive bulk plus the Impish nature, and 128 special defense EVs to give you some more special defensive bulk. As for the item, we're going to be using Leftovers to allow you to recover a little bit of HP at the end of every turn. For the moveset, we're going to be using a Toxic Stalling one. So obviously the first move is going to be Toxic because it'll allow your opponent to take damage every turn at the end of the turn in increasing increments. And usually, or as characteristic with Toxic Stalling stats, we're going to be using Protect to pretty much just kill a turn because it allows you to obviously not be hit the turn you use Protect, and allows your opponent to take more damage from the Toxic. Also, a move that works great with Toxic Stalling sets and this Pokemon can learn because it is a water type is the move Dive, which is a decently powered, physically based water move that takes 2 turns to use. So on the first turn of Dive, if you're faster than your opponent, you will go underwater and thus dodge another attack. So it's essentially another way to protect without having to protect twice. Also, it allows you to deal physical damage to your opponent on the water side. So if you're up against something that would be weak to water, then Dive is a great option to have. But if you're slower than your opponent, you will take damage the turn you use dive, but on the next turn you will dodge their attack. And you could essentially just dive, protect, to allow them to take increasing poison damage and hopefully at some point eventually be knocked out because of it. As for the last move, it's really up to you which choice you want to use. There are two options, the first of which is Aqua Ring, which is a really cool water move that it essentially works as another leftovers. So instead of recovering 16% of your health, or a 16th of your health every time with leftovers, you'll now be recovering an eighth of your health every time. And this works because since these two moves, or these two things stack, Aqua Ring and leftovers, you can essentially keep your health up effectively by protecting and diving. So essentially every other turn you'll be recovering a fourth of your health just from the Aqua Ring and leftovers because you're using it with protect and dive. Another move that you can possibly use with this set is dig, because it works similarly to dive in the sense that you go underground to dodge an attack and then come up and attack them. The reason why you would use dig though is because, or the reason why you would want to use dig is because it allows you to have more types to hit if you're wanting to not completely count this Pokemon out when it comes to doing damage. So it allows you to obviously hurt like rock types and steel types and things like that. So if you want more coverage, go with dig, but if you want more health and survivability, I would go with Aqua Ring. But that's about it for Hiyakkie, and I'm finally done with all the monkeys. Woohoo! So I hope you guys let me know what you think of this one, and I guess I will see you in my next video. So take care, and goodbye.